My 16 female. Parents have been divorced for 6 years. I don't know why, neither will tell me. My mom remarried 4 years ago, and my stepdad has 3 kids, 14 female, 11 male, and 9 male. I alternate weeks between my parents, but I'm closer with my dad. I also don't like the steps that much, so when I'm at mom's, I mostly just try to stay out of the way and do my own thing. My mom has been trying to make everyone get along for years, but it's not working that well. My dad is pretty well off, but my mom and stepdad aren't. So the kids get mad when I have nicer things that they want or get to do things they can't. My mom has asked my dad to let them come along before, and he refused, which I'm fine with because I kind of just want to get away from them when I'm not at mom's. It's a big issue for all of them though, so I leave most of my nice stuff at my dad's and don't talk much when I'm at my mom's because they always find something to fight about. This year, my dad's side of the family isn't doing a big get-together for Christmas, so since this is my year with him, he suggested we go on a trip to Europe. He has business to do for one day, but we would vacation a week together after and spend Christmas with a friend of his in Sweden. I'm stoked, but my mom and stepdad don't want me to go. I won't be close enough to stop by on Christmas, and they're not going to be able to afford to do much for the kids, so me going on an expensive trip when they're mostly getting clothes and stuff will upset them. I told them to just not tell them and I'll Zoom on Christmas. But my stepdad got angry and told me I'm selfish. My mom called my dad and fought about it, but I'm still going to go. For the last 2 weeks, my mom has been hardcore trying to find any reason that I can't go and bringing it up anytime we talk. She went through my room while I was at school and she says she was looking for a piece of jewelry, but I think she was looking for my passport and stuff, which is at dad's. She tried to guilt me about not seeing my grandparents, just on, and I got tired of it and told her that if she doesn't stop, I'm not coming over anymore and living with dad full time. My stepdad hit the roof and yelled at me for threatening my mom and always letting my dad buy me off with expensive stuff. My mom won't talk to me. My dad said he wants to have a relationship with my mom and go easy on her, but it's up to me. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Your mom is jealous and petty that your dad is taking you on the trip when she can't afford to do the same for her other kids. It's a very a-hole move for her to put you in the middle. It's not your problem that your mom and stepdad don't have money like your father. You're old enough now to where you can ask for courts to let you live with your father full time. As of right now, only tell them the basic stuff about your life. Keep most of your stuff at your father's place and go to Europe and have a blast. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. I think you need to put your mom and stepfamily on an information diet. Don't let them know of the things you're doing as much as you can. I, 36 male, have 2 kids with my ex-wife, Sarah, 35 female, a 9-year-old male and 12-year-old female. My ex and I have always done our best to be good co-parents for our kids. We are what I call professionally friendly and never really have a problem switching up the custody schedule to accommodate each other. We have 50-50 custody. I've been with my fiancée, Emily, 37 female, for a few years now. My kids adore her, and she absolutely loves them. Sarah and Emily get along pretty well. There's never really been any tension or anything when they're around each other. Emily and I are throwing a get-together for people, which included some of my family. Since Sarah still gets along quite well with my family, we invited her so she could see them. At one point, Emily was across the room from me, and I saw my daughter go up to her and whisper something in her ear. Emily just nodded and led my daughter out of the room. They came back later and that was that. After the party, privately, Emily told me that my daughter had gotten her period for the first time right then. Of course, Sarah and I had already explained everything to her about all of that, so she wasn't freaked out or anything. But she had just asked Emily to come help her take care of everything since it was her first time. Well, when my ex-wife heard about it, she was pissed off. She was so offended that our daughter had gone to Emily instead of her. Emily told me, privately, that my daughter said that she went to Emily instead of her mom because she knew that Emily would keep it private and not draw everyone's attention at the party. My daughter said that she couldn't be sure that her mom would do the same. Her mom doesn't always handle things in the best way, and I could totally see her not just quietly slipping out of the room. Emily felt badly that Sarah was upset, but she was just trying to keep my daughter comfortable. I told Sarah that I'm sorry that she's upset, but that Emily was the one my daughter chose to go to, and that Sarah should be happy that there are 2 women around to support my daughter. Was I in the wrong? Am I the a-hole? No a-holes. You and your fiancé did nothing wrong here, and kudos to her for helping your daughter with a potentially embarrassing situation. Your ex is probably feeling hurt that your daughter didn't go to her, and feels like she missed out on a bonding moment. That is understandable and sucks, so I don't think she's the a-hole for being hurt, as long as she isn't taking that hurt out on you, your fiancé, or your daughter. Not the a-hole, but I understand why your ex would be upset. My mother announced it to everyone, including a bunch of male friends of my siblings. Your daughter needs to be told she did what was right by her. Please, don't make her mom make her feel she was wrong. Not the a-hole. Sounds like there was some jealousy going on there. I think most parents would want to be the one to be confided in. When a child chooses a step-parent instead, that can trigger those feelings when they can't put the child first. You most certainly are not the a-hole, and sounds like you are doing your best to take the high road. Stick to what you've said so far. Hopefully your ex can get over herself. Say it again, not the a-hole. I, female 29, am a huge nerd and bookworm, so my book collection is rather impressive. My boyfriend of 3 years, David, male 32, and I have just moved in together, and it proves to be more challenging than I originally thought it would be. As mentioned above, my book collection is rather large, but he never mentioned anything about it, and the books will be in my office anyway. I work from home. However, there seems to be a slight issue he has, always had, that he only now mentioned. I was raised trilingual, and I learned English later in life as well, so technically I speak 4 languages, with English being my weakest, so apologies for any mistakes. Because of that, my book collection is rather diverse, including books in all 4 languages. If I can, I prefer to read the book in the language it was originally written in, and only reach for translations if I don't speak the language. This has never been a problem, and David never mentioned anything about this until now. He was helping me unpack the books, and I noticed that he put all non-English books in a separate pile. I asked him about that, and he said we didn't need them and to throw them away. I said that you never throw books away, you donate them instead, but I didn't plan on getting rid of any of my books. He argued that it was pointless to keep books not in English, as they only take up space, and they're only for show, and no one but me ever reads them. I told him they're my books. I could consider downsizing my collection if it was a space issue, but since we have the space and they're in my office, I am not getting rid of them. He got really annoyed, so I told him that I didn't need his help anymore. Yesterday, I went for a coffee with a friend, and when I got home, I found my bookshelves to be mostly empty, with some candles and figurines placed where my books used to be. I asked David where my books were, and he told me it was a surprise and I came back home too early. His mother came over and helped him get rid of all my useless books. They bagged them up, put them in his car, and he was about to take them to the skip. I was absolutely furious, and he told me I could always replace them with books in English. I grabbed all my books and went to my office. I installed a lock to my office door so he can't throw them away, but I am so very confused about all of this. To top this off, his sisters called me, one of them screaming her head off because I'm an inconsiderate C-word, and to get off my high horse and to stop pretending I'm better than everyone else. Am I the a-hole here? Am I really wrong about not wanting to get rid of my books? He planned to throw away your belongings without discussing it with you and involved his mother. Tell him to move out immediately. This relationship is absolutely over. Remember that aggressors often use big milestones like moving in, getting married, or pregnancy to escalate aggression. This is just the first step in many he will take in asserting control over you. Get out now before it gets really bad, and it is already really bad. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. Get away from this man and his family. Do you really want to be permanently connected to a family who will literally steal and dispose of your belongings behind your back? Imagine raising a child with this man. The only one reading your books being you is a problem because... Honestly, this relationship is over. He tried to throw them away against your wishes and called it a surprise. Who made him king? Why does he think that he can just take your stuff? And what qualifies him to decide which books to keep and which to toss? You are underreacting. My sister-in-law was pushing me around. Nobody believed me. She always made sure to do it whenever I was alone or where nobody could see. It was frustrating because my brother took it to mean I didn't like her, as she had a very different public persona. I don't blame him for this, but I did decide to document everything, as at the time, I was too scared to show anybody. However, I photographed her text exchanges and started recording her. I waited specifically until an important family gathering, and after years of her picking on me, I exposed it to everybody. She couldn't deny it, broke down in tears trying to say that she didn't mean it and was sorry, and she didn't know why I did it. The whole family was mad, and my brother threatened divorce unless she agreed to therapy and marriage counseling. She went to intense therapy to work out her issues and tried to make amends, but I don't care. She was, in my words, a horrible, spiteful bee, and I distanced myself from everyone. With Christmas coming up, everyone wants to be there, but sister-in-law will be there too. My parents are asking if I'll forgive sister-in-law, as it seems like therapy has worked and is making an effort to seek solid redemption for her actions. I said I don't care if she changed. It's the fact that she offered pathetic excuses for her behavior and has barely tried to make amends. She's reached out 5 times, literally saying she was sorry, and that's it. Any other redemption has been through family members. It feels like my family have actually taken her side as opposed to mine, which hurts. My brother has done a lot of couples counseling with her, but hates how my parents are trying to force me to forgive her. Even he doesn't forgive her. I don't blame him for wanting to work on his marriage though, as they have kids. He's the only one really on my side. Basically, I'm the social pariah who is refusing to forgive sister-in-law, who made a mistake. I've said if that's how I'm seen, fine, I won't be coming to Christmas. Brother has actually threatened the same, saying the kids and sister-in-law can go, and he'll just spend it with me. Now I'm the a-hole who is ruining Christmas. Edited to add. I can't mention explicit details, but it was so bad I lost almost 2 stone in weight. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. I was always stressed and on edge. Edited to add too. The reveal only happened a year ago. She started therapy not long after, but in reality, she went for several months and has stopped it completely. Her reaching out to me has been really half-hearted, so it doesn't seem genuine to me. Family members seem to think she's completely cured after this, but my brother is not convinced at all. I don't know if they're still in marriage counseling, but their marriage is still shaky. Basically, each text was along the lines of, "I'm sorry, please forgive me." She did not explain what issues she was working through. She did not offer more than a half-hearted apology, and that's it. She appears more apologetic to the family, not me. I got the same text 5 times, whereas she was seen groveling and begging my family's forgiveness, but this has never happened to me. Edited to add 3. I did try to give her the benefit of the doubt when she texted me the first time. I attempted to explain how she made me feel and why I was so angry and didn't want to forgive her, but I got radio silence. Basically, she ghosted me. Then she would text a while later telling me the same thing, and she just wouldn't hear what I was trying to say. Edited to add 4. Bar my brother, my whole family are keen to sweep this under the rug. It feels like they're favoring her and minimizing my experiences. So no, it's not as simple as that sister-in-law is trying and that I should forgive her. It's literally like the whole ordeal is trying to be forgotten, and my brother and I are the only ones not doing that. Edited to add 5. For context, I'm 27 female, my brother is 35 male, and sister-in-law is 36. Their 2 kids are my nephews who are 15 and 12. They don't really know the whole truth to the situation, as they've been shielded from it. Not the a-hole. It seems that your family still does not believe the impact her aggression had on you. I am glad your brother is on your side. You are not ruining Christmas. You are establishing boundaries. Not the a-hole. Your sister-in-law is still being aggressive to you. I hope to be wrong, but if she is being honest about her mental health treatment and had actually changed, she would be the one intervening with your family to stop them from pushing you and blaming you. Instead, she is performing the rehabilitated victim for the family while barely apologizing to you and letting them blame you for the whole situation. That's not someone who's changed. That is a manipulative and very troubled person exploiting the situation in her favor. Your parents are a-holes for expecting you to forgive years of aggression in a matter of months and for pinning the tense family dynamic on you. I think the fact your brother is the only one supporting you is quite telling. I wouldn't dismiss the idea that maybe he's been a victim of his wife's aggressive behavior too. Stand your ground. Not the a-hole. If sister-in-law were genuinely sorry, she'd be the first person telling the rest of the family to leave you be. Instead, she's perfectly content to sit back and let this narrative of you being the big old meanie pants who won't play along, that everything's fine now and no lasting harm play out. Tell the rest of the family that until they quit patronizing the appearance of harmony over your emotional well-being, let alone take it upon themselves to take up the act of aggression where she left off. I just found out 2 days ago that my boyfriend of 4 years is gay. Our relationship was a lie. He used to cover his orientation because he wasn't ready to expose himself. He told me that himself. He pretended to love me for 4 years. He acted like the perfect boyfriend for 4 years. We were discussing marriage and kids. He even took me to look at engagement rings, all while he was having an affair with a man. To top all that, his boy toy called me 2 hours after I walked in on them. Why? To tell me that he was bi and we could all just be together. Are you kidding me? I don't know if he was making fun of me or if he was really stupid enough to think that was a good idea. But yeah, if you're gay but act straight, I effing hate you. What's worse is that my family believes I should have been nicer to him because gay people have it rough enough already. So, because he's gay, then I can't be mad? I can't be angry? I need to be nicer to him? After his boy toy called, I texted my now ex if he was seriously making fun of me, and he just said that it wouldn't be a bad idea. So I lost it. His mom and I were very close, so I texted her a lengthy message explaining what happened and told her that I can't stay in contact with her, at least not for the time being. She was shocked but understanding of why I needed to go no contact. Well, his parents disowned him, not for being gay, but because of what he did to me. The idiot went on social media to complain that his parents disowned him for being gay, but multiple family members commented and exposed him for the crappy human being that he is. Some of his coworkers had him on Facebook and TikTok, and they saw everything, and now no one at work talks to him because of what he did to me. His friends were disgusted when they found out. His friends always liked me, and they're also really big on monogamy, so they didn't want to be friends after they learned the truth. He needs to move out because we live together, and now he can't afford rent on his own, but his budget is very tight, so he doesn't have many options. And they broke up. My ex had a fit when his mom called him. In retaliation, he broke the TV, my laptop, cut some of the clothes I still had at the apartment, and smashed the coffee machine. So yeah, his boyfriend didn't like his outburst, and he ended things. Edit. Yes, I am suing him for the damages. What he did was crappy, gay or not. He was a crappy person for leading you on for 4 years when you could have easily found somebody else. He wasted 4 years of your life. Duck him. I can't believe your own family said that to you. To basically cut him some slack after everything he did to you? That's outrageous. That's 4 years of your life that he lied to you, and they expected you to give him a break as gay people have it rough already? Duck off. No way. If he wasn't gay, then that would have made him the bad guy? No. A cheat is still a cheat, regardless of sexual orientation. He is a filthy liar, and he got exactly what he deserves. He's scum, and I'm glad that you finally learned the truth. Karma is a B.